article on records, it's too late to hide out. Pull rank and file out. People style, I'm a wild out. Shut up. He's so good. She like he's so good to me. He's so good. She like he's so good to me.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And a short pickup to about the 25. But you look at this defense. And they're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Here we go. Check. Back to 60. Good.
They'll try and run again with Blue. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Blue. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and ran with it.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3-and-out and did just that. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. The Cowboys had 1-6 now, and they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league without a victory.
And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Ferguson. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
Let's go, next. Hey, smash. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Here's a give, left side, Blue with it. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Get it. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Now Milton. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. He'll try to do it himself. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jake Ferguson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting the loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed, and this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do. Touchdown, Washington! He goes 91 yards on the kick return. And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after here coming up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. At their own 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys. Charles, in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion by how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
17 yards on the play there. The Cowboys have a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the jump.
Now a handoff to Blue running left side. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jaden Blue, his 7th rushing team. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up first and 5-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready, ready?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete. George Pickens, his intended receiver there, and it's 3rd down. You talk about this Washington defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in the football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Ready, ready. 70 Timberwolves, go!
They'll try and throw for it here. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
70, 70. Ready, ready. Warriors, 70. Panther 11, trap 50, trap 60. Let go.
Here's Milton. They'll swing this out to Blue. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Given back-to-back catches now. That one for 16. And another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Get it.
Milton.